Hello, Crazy Hair Week, Crazy Hair Maths Week, should we say. How are you today? How is your hair? Is it crazy? I pulled out all the stops today. I've put blue in my hair. For those of you that know me, I don't dye my hair. Crazy colours. Obviously you can tell by the roots it's a fake blonde. But yeah, Crazy Hair Wednesday continues. I've gone for the blue. What have you gone for? Let's start off our maths lesson today by playing a game of call and response. We're going to be counting in fives because today's lesson is all about dividing by 5. So I'll say something, you have to repeat it how I say it, and we're going to do different voices. We're going to start with robot voice. Robot voice. You ready? 5, 10, your turn. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Good. Now let's try it like a mouse. 35, 40, 45, 50. Good. Monster voice. I'm gonna say it, then you're gonna say it. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, 30, 35, 40. 45, 50, 55, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Good. Got that 5 times table in your head? Because you're going to need it today. You're going to need it. Let me share my screen so you can see the Mr. PowerPoint saying our lesson can begin. Share screen. Divide by 5. Well, hello. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Let's begin. Get ready. I think I'm in a normal place for you, but for me, my face is there. Right, there we go. Move me out of the way. Same as yesterday. Similar questions. 1, 2, 3 warm-up questions there. Put that out of the way down there. Hang on. Oh, all right. Jot these down. Crikey, anything jotty. Let's look at question 1 together. Complete the calculation. This is your sum. 5 add 5 add 5 add 5 equals. What does 5 add 5 add 5 add 5 equal? Work it out. 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 5s there. I'm giving you all the best clues today. I'm being extra nice. Okay, let's look at the next one. I'm going to try and give you less clues. Sometimes I just can't help myself. Okay, 5 add 5 add 5 add 5 add 5 add 5 equals. Count how many 5s you need to add together and use your 5 times table to count up that many. How did you get on? Hopefully you got 20 for the first one. If you count on 5 4 times, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. And the next one along, it's got 6 5s on there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Question 2 says complete the calculations, and here we've got some multiplication questions. 5 times 4 equals, or 4 times 5 equals. will have the same answer. What did you get? 5 times 4 or 4 times 5. The next one is 6 times 5 equals or 5 times 6 equals. And the one after that is 7 times 5 or 5 times 7. Pause me and see if you can use your 5 times tables to work those ones out. How did you get on? So the first one, you were counting on 5 4 times, and we've already done that a few times today. 5, 10, 15, 20. Whether you did it that, oh, hang on a minute, sorry. There we go, 20. The next one down, you were counting out 5 6 times. Again, we have already done that today. 6 times 5, 6 lots of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5 6 times is 30. And 5, so 6 times 5 or 5 times 6, it's the same whichever way round, same answer. And finally, you, press the answer before I told you about it. 7 times 5. You should have counted 5 7 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Well done if you got those right. Question 3 was, how many groups of 5 are there in this array? How many groups of 5 are there in this array? If you have a look at those counters, can you work it out? Okay, already put the answer on a few minutes, a moment ago. How many groups of 5 are there in this array? 1 group at the top with 5 in, and 1 group at the bottom with 5 in. That's right, there's 2. Okay, let's learn. Let's learn. Desk is getting crazily full of stuff. Right. Are you concentrating? Are you focused? Whitney. Let's read the question through together. Whitney has 35 cubes. She shares the cubes into 5 equal groups. How many will be in each group? She has 35 cubes to start with, and you can see that they're there in that diagram, 35 of them. She wants to share them into 5 groups. Let's see what that looks like. There you go. Can you see that? Count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's going to share her cubes out equally. We've done lots of that before. So we know what that's going to look like. Let's see what happens when she shares those out equally into those 5 groups. Meow. How many has she got in each group? I can tell you it's an equal number in each. Can you count out how many is in each group? You worked it out? That's right. There are 7 cubes in each group. So there are 7 cubes in each group. So that could be written as 35. That was the total to start with. 35 divided by 5, so shared between 5 equal groups, equals 7. 35 divided by 5 equals 7. Whitney has her 35 cubes out again, and she groups those cubes. She groups the cubes into 5s. So she's having 5 in each group now. How many groups can she make? There's her cubes. There's all 35 that she's got back. Now watch how she groups them. And remember, she's grouping them into 5s. There's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just there. Here's her next group. Another 5 cubes. There's another group of 5. She's grouping these really well. Well done, Whitney. Another group of 5. Another group of 5. another group of 5. We can make lots of groups of 5. Can you count how many groups of 5 Whitney was able to make with those 35 cubes? Get your pointy finger out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She can make 7 groups of 5. That's 35 divided by 5 equals 7. So there's sharing and there's grouping. When you're sharing something, you're sharing it out equally. There are 7 cubes in each group. That's what we worked out, wasn't it? 35 divided by 5 is 7. And when you're grouping, and you put 5 in each group, groups of 5, there are 7 groups of 5. 35 divided by 35 divided by 5 equals 7. So, with your loose parts, can you count out 15 loose parts for me? And they're going to represent these conkers here. It says here are 15 conkers. The conkers are shared into 5 equal groups. The conkers are grouped into 5s. I would like you, with your 15 loose parts, can you work out how many is in each group if they're shared into 5 equal groups, and how many groups there are if they're grouped into 5s? Share and group out 15 for me. Pause me now so you can work it out. Okay, how did you get on? Let's start with the sharing one. Let's see if it's the same as how you did it. So with the 15 conkers, we're going to share them into 5 equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, there's my 5 groups, and then I'm just going to carry on sharing. So another one in the first group, another one in the next group, and so on, until all my 15 have been shared out equally. Now there's 3 in the first group, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 3 in the 5th group. How many have we got in each group? That's right, 3. There are 3 conkers when you share 15 out equally into 5 groups. Well done if you did that right. What about groupings? How did you get on grouping your conkers into 5s? There's your first group of 5 conkers. There's your second group, 5 in that group as well. And there's your third group, and third and final. 5 is in that group too. How many groups have you got of 5? 1, 2, 3. 3 groups. So here's the sum. We now know 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Well done, children. Let's try another question. Here we've got a picture of an array. It says use the array to complete the calculation. There's lots of counters in that array. Let's look at the calculation underneath first. It says something times 5 equals something. Okay. And then it also says something divided by 5 equals something. So we need to work out a times and a divide, and we're doing that by 5. And we're very good at our 5 times table, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's look back at the array. How many groups of 5 can you make? There's 1. Can you work out how many there are altogether in that array? 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Did you see that okay? Well, it might not have been that clear. There are 6 groups of 5 when you're looking at the columns. 6 groups of 5. What does that make? What does 6 lots of 5 make if we do our 5 times tables? Let's count together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 5 is 30. If the total there is 30, that means this array must be showing us 30 divided by 5. Okay, 30, that's our total. Share that equally into 5 groups, and I can see my 5 groups in the array from the rows. Can you see it? Does it show? And that makes 6. 6 times 5 is 30, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. There is a close relationship between multiplication and division, and that can really help us out when we're trying to work out some sums. Oh, there you go there. You can see the groups there. Right, have a go at questions 1 to 4 on your worksheet, so you can pause me and have a go using everything we've talked about to work out these questions. Read the questions really carefully so that you'll know you're doing what it's asking you to do. See you in a minute. Hello and welcome back. I hope you got on okay. Let's move on to some word problems, all to do with dividing by 5. Let's read this question together. The farmer has picked 25 apples. He puts them into bags of 5. How many bags of 5 can he make? The farmer has picked 25 apples. He puts them into bags of 5. So he's grouping them into 5s. How many bags of 5 can he make? Have a think. Using your knowledge of your 5 times tables, because he's grouping them into 5s, can you work out how many bags? Pause me for a minute while you have a think. How did you get on? Should we try together? 1 bag is 5. Another bag, adding another 5, so that's 10. Another bag, add another 5, 5, 10, 15. Another bag, 5, 10, 15, 20. Another bag, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You had 25 altogether, didn't you? How many bags have I loaded with 5 in each? 5. Here's the bag of 5 apples, and another bag, and another bag, and so on. And you can see it there in that diagram. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All 25 apples were shared equally between 5 bags. If we were to look at that on a number line, we can do jumps of 5 on a number line to get us up to 25. Each jump is like a bag. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5 jumps there. So he needs 5 bags. Two sums here. And it's these tricky sorts of sums where we don't have to work out the total. No, the total's been given for us. We're working out the first digit. Something divided by 5 equals 9. So when you've got a number and you share it equally by 5, it equals 9. That's our first question. Our second question is the same kind of nature. Something divided by 5. So we have a big number, and if that is shared equally into 5 groups, there would be 12 in each group this time. I'm going to pause me for a minute while you try and work out what that number could be using your 5 times table. How did you get on? We briefly looked at this method to work it out yesterday. This week, maybe it was Monday. I'm losing track. There we go. If we look at the first sum, something divided by 5 equals 9. If we use that 9 and we times that 9 by 5 instead, so we're doing the opposite of divide. If we times, that'll get us the big number. 5, 9 times. Let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 5 9 times is 45. So 9 times 5 is 45. 45 shared equally 5 times divided by 5 is 9. Let's have a look at the other one then. Something divided by 5 equals 12. Let's do the same thing again. We're going to times 12 by 5. So 5 times 12. I've only got 10 fingers. Hang on a minute, let me get 12 up on my Nemicon. Let's count in 5s all the way through until it's 12 times 5. Get good background on film. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 5 times 12 is 60. So 60 divided by 5 is 12. If you had 60 loose parts and you shared them equally into 5 groups, you would get 12. Have a go at the rest of the questions on the worksheet, seeing if you can apply what we've been learning about to those questions. Read them carefully, and if you have any troubles, as always, don't hesitate to ask us on Seesaw. Good luck, work well, enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday, I think. I'll see you on Thursday for another Crazy Hair math session. Bye. Bye 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 bye.